Hello and thanks for joining me on the Sunday night poem with Joe. Although in actual fact it's Monday morning because I ran out of hours yesterday, ran out of day, so we'll do it now. I want to recite a poem for you that I wrote about 30 years ago, 31 or 2 maybe. And there were some terrible things going on in the world at the time, like the Gulf War, and there was famines and terrible things going on, not unlike today, unfortunately. And so there was a lot of hopelessness and a lot of misery going around. And I wrote this thing, I suppose it was a quest from inside to come up with something positive and something hopeful. I didn't consciously write it, it just came out that way. So it's a bit wacky. And it's very childlike in its rhyme and metre as well, because it was in my very early days of attempting to write. So if you overlook that, you'll see that there's some value in this poem. I call it Planet Blue. Here we go. Whilst soaring high amidst the stars, I spied a planet blue, as it twinkled quietly there in space, like moonbeams on the dew. So I thought I'd take a wander down, see where they are at, and lo, beheld a giant tree, and upon its limb I sat. I saw the winter and the spring, the summer and the fall, saw the man-made empires rise, and then I saw them fall. Saw so many people there, black and white and brown, and I saw their lovely children sing while dancing round and round. And I saw so many colours there, the brightest ever seen. Gold and yellows, blues and reds, and you guessed it, 40 shades of green. And I saw so many fishes swim, and the birds high in the sky, and I saw the baby at the breast that never would run dry. And I saw the soldier plant a tree, 'cause there was no war to win, no need to fight the enemy, or to be afraid of him. And I saw the lamb walk with the lion, never once a doubt. They smiled at me as though to say, man, we've talked our problems out. And what's wrong with talking your problems out? There was an interesting thing that happened before that. Way back in 1977, I think it was, NASA sent this device away out into the solar system called Voyager 1. And they set it on course at 1,000,000 miles per day, travelling away from us at 1,000,000 miles per day. And when it had gotten away out past Saturn about 25 years later, at that speed, it was gone 6.4 billion kilometres. It beamed back a picture, and NASA recognised it straight away as planet Earth. It was only a tiny, tiny pale blue dot. There's some wonderful things on the internet about it, about this pale blue dot. And the picture of it is on there as well. And Carl Sagan, the cosmologist, wrote a wonderful thing about it, about the significance of viewing our home from that distance and that perspective, seeing how tiny and insignificant it is, and highlighting then, of course, the contrast, the importance of looking after it and looking after each other and our fellow creatures. I put the picture up that I found on the internet, my book, but you won't be able to see it from there. There's a band of light across here, and there's the pale blue dot there. You can hardly see it. And it reminds you of John Lennon's song where he says, no hell below us, and above us only sky. So there we are. This is our home. It is so important to get a focus on what's important. And I think that's what's in that poem for me. Even though I'd written the poem 10 years before, this picture came back. It ties it together nicely, I think. Anyway, I've raved on enough. Thanks for joining me on the Sunday night poem with Joe. We'll see you next week. Bye for now.